What's going on YouTube? It's Lumpy Stuff, and today I'm going to be showing you the best Streamlabs OBS settings that will also help with skipped frame rates. So let's get straight into it. First off, obviously you want to go onto your internet and you want to download your Streamlabs OBS from streamlabs.com. Once you've done that, the best thing to do is go over to your speed test. I like to use speedtest.net and just check what your speed is. The most important speed is your upload speed, and I'll explain in a moment why. So we're running at 9 ping. Download's going to be somewhere in between 200 and 220. And upload speed, which is the most important. So I haven't got the best upload speed, but I roughly have around about 20 megabytes per second, which in the UK is pretty decent. Right, so once you've got those, you want to remember this one here, what you have. I'll show you why that's important in a moment. So once you've got your OBS downloaded, your Streamlabs, it will look something like this. Obviously you won't have all these scenes set in here, but what you want to do is you want to go down to the bottom left hand corner on your settings, click on that. Something like this should pop up here. So first you want to go to your stream, and obviously you want to go into what you're actually streaming off of. So the platform I'm streaming off of is Twitch. As you can see there, you can actually connect different ones and you can stream on, you know, if you have a Twitch account and a Facebook streaming account, YouTube, you can connect all of them and stream all at once as well, which is a new thing on Streamlabs, which is quite decent. So output. First you want to go output mode advanced. Auto track, you want to be left on 1. Encoder, this one here is a good one. So if you can use the NVENC New, then please do. It is one of the best ones they've got going at the moment. So especially if you're streaming off of one PC. I mean, I used to stream off one PC and I was having quite a lot of problems with skipped frames during my streaming, which I shouldn't have, because of my PC. The main PC that I was using is a very decent PC. So but there was something that I was doing that that I changed. It took me a while to find out, but I changed it and it helped me out, which I will tell you in a moment. But basically using this one here is going to use your GPU and not your CPU. So obviously playing a game using CPU, high CPU games and streaming as well is going to cause a lot of you know, frame drops in your stream. So if you can use this, then please do. Also have this ticked here. So rate control, you want to be using CBR, which is constant bitrate. And bitrate, I have a bitrate of 5000. I'm not actually partnered at the moment, so the maximum that you can use is 6000. I'm an affiliate, so I get a little bit extra than someone who's not an affiliate. Right, so we've got keyframe here. A lot of people say to use 2, which I was using 2 for quite a while, but I've put that to 0 and I found it works a lot better for me. So I would advise keeping that at 0, and your profile, I would keep it at high. I used to have this at main, but now having it at high, it runs a lot better. So you've got your GPU, which wants to stay at 0, and your max B frames, which needs to stay at 2. And you've got your audio. Me personally, I have it all disabled because of I have a Go LXR, so where I stream off of 2 PCs, I actually have all my audio and my mic and my music, my chat, everything running through the Go LXR. And so, but I mean, if you want, you can actually just put in your, you know, your desktop audio and your mic here. So you'd click on and you'd find which mic you're using. Like me, I'm using the Yeti, and you just click on that if that's something you want to do. Sorry, I didn't mean to close that down. Right, so next, what you want to be doing is, so video here, obviously you want to keep this at what your resolution is on the gaming monitor that you're using. So mine is a 1440p. So whatever one you're using, 1080p, 4K, you want to make sure this is identical to your monitor. The output scale, this is completely up to yourself. Obviously, as I say, where I'm not a partner on Twitch, if I put it at 1080p, which my computer could handle streaming at 1080p, but if I put it at 1080p, it doesn't give you a lot of options for people who don't have good enough internet to watch it in 1080p. It doesn't give them enough options to lower it down to 720 or lower it down to obviously, you know, fit them if they can't handle the bitrate and the 1080p. So at the moment I'm keeping it at 720p because I'm not partnered. Once I do get partnered, obviously that will go up to 1080p, and then if someone can't handle 1080p, they'll have the option to lower it down. Right, so you've got your downscale filter. Personally, I keep this at 32. Obviously it does look the best having it at 32. It's very sharp. But if your computer can't handle it, you would want to drop that down to 16, and that'll be just fine anyways. Frames per second type, you need to keep this on common frames per second value. Nothing else. You don't want to use anything else. Make sure I think it's on this as default anyway, but if it's not, make sure it's on this. And personally myself, I use 60 frames. You can stream at 30 frames if you're having a struggle with if you haven't got the best internet or your PC can't handle doing 60 frames and playing a game at the same time. Then keep it at you can have it at 30. I think you can have 40 or 58 or something like that. But myself, I keep it at 60 frames. Next, you want to go down to advanced. This here, I keep this at high. You can have it above normal, but I have mine at high. You got your color. I have it at NV12. I have 709, gives it the best color, and full. So you want to force your GPU as a rendering device. And everything else is kept on auto as it is. So if you're having a stream delay and you're trying to figure out why you've got a stream delay, maybe you've got this enabled on 20 seconds, which personally I don't see the reason to have it enabled. You want to be able to speak to your chat sort of as quick as possible. As soon as they comment, you need to be replying to them. So the next thing after that, what I will explain now, is the skipped frames. If you are having skipped frames, especially if you're streaming off of one PC and you believe that your PC is strong enough to stream off of one PC and play games at the same time, but you're having skip frames where your what skip frames means is that it's a CPU is using more than 100%. So if you're playing a game like Warzone or Fortnite and you're struggling to play the game where it's not skipping frames, if it says dropped frames, that could actually be an internet issue. But if it's saying skipped frames at the bottom right here, it should come up saying skipped frames, and it will give you a percentage, and it will show you when the last time you had a skip frame. If you are using a display capture, this one right here, this is going to use so much CPU. So if you're streaming using this display capture, which will capture obviously everything on your PC, it's going to use so much CPU. So if you can, get rid of that and use a game capture. And that there helped me out a ton with skipped frames. As soon as I changed over from display capture to game capture, I stopped getting skipped frames and my stream was running very smoothly. And also as well, if you do that, it will work, it will be better. But if you are still having slight problems when moving over to game capture, if you're playing a game like say Fortnite for instance, and you're getting skipped frames, you're better off capping your frames per second to whatever. So let's say your monitor is like my monitor, 144 hertz. You're better on going to Fortnite and capping your frames per second at 144, and that will make the game run smoothly, and that will stop you having skipped frames as well. If anyone would like to know anything about setting up these scenes or setting up the sources or anything like that, or even pressing the go live button and streaming for the first time on whatever platform you decide, please leave a comment down below. But if this has helped any of you out, then please leave a like and subscribe. And if you like, obviously, streaming and watching streamers, then please come over to Twitch. I stream on Twitch now. I used to stream on Mixer, but unfortunately Mixer has closed down. So I've started up on Twitch. The name is Lumpy Stuff, LumpyStuff, all one word. I'll leave a link down in the description. If you want to come and check me out, drop me a follow. I would appreciate it loads. So anyways, thank you. Take care of yourselves and good night.